seat taken? Okay, thank you. Hi, my name's Rowan Helgeth, and I have a crippling addiction with starting sewing projects and never finishing them.
Hi, Rowan.
Thank you. This is my basket of whips. It's a full basket, as you can see, and I need to finish them because I have a lot of things I need to start working on and get done, specifically for birthday and holiday season, because yes, Holly is coming out very early this season. So, to get ready for her, I need to complete all of this. So, I figured I could start up a new series on my channel called Project Monday. Not to be confused with the very expensive and highly rated show, Project Runway. My idea for this is that each Monday I will film and I will pick a random project out of this basket and either get it completed all the way or do it a little bit, so that way I slowly work through this basket in time for the holiday and birthday season. Which means no more buying patterns, or if I do, no printing them and starting them, and no going out and buying new fabrics, because along with having a fuckload of whips, I'm also fucking broke. To combat that, I'm just going to work on what I have. I will not work on these without filming, and I will not film without working on these. So this is either going to help me film a lot, or it's going to help me stop buying things and stop starting projects and not finishing them. Without further ado, welcome to Project Monday. Morning. It is like 8:07 a.m. on a Sunday. And I was going through all my scrap fabric and I found a bunch of fabric that I need for a couple of my whips that I went through yesterday, so I could truly plan out how much work I had ahead of me. And I want to sew, but I can't sew unless I do my whips first. And I don't want to wait until tomorrow. So, welcome to Project Sunday, which will eventually go into Project Monday. The whip that I want to work on is this guy. This guy is a 1950s inspired play suit. So that is what we're gonna work on first, because while going through all of my scrap fabric, I found all of the other pieces needed to complete the play suit, and it's pretty much completed. Like, we've got the zipper, we've got all the darts made, it's sewn together, but it looks like I left off at seam binding. Oh, seam binding, how I hate thee. So, let's do a whip. Slight change of plan. The play suit is not finished, obviously, but I apparently don't have all the cutout pieces, and I don't know where the pattern for that is, so I'm gonna have to go back to my parents' house and print out the rest of that pattern to finish that. So that one's gonna have to wait, but I do have this 1970s inspired, this yellow one, this 1970s inspired, I don't know what you would call this, skirt and top that I want to complete. Do I have the pattern pieces? Yes. And luckily all of my pieces have already been cut out and stitched, so that means that I can assemble it. Now, I do remember why I didn't complete it, and that is because the instructions are complicated as fuck. So we are going to try again very early in the morning, which might not be the best decision, but again, I want to sew, and all of the fabric I do have, I can't figure out what to do with it yet. So I'm going to resort to sewing this adorable little bodysuit and hopefully being able to finish it with the skirt I've already completed. So let's make a 70s inspired outfit. Oh! Cool. Instructions are not in here, so I'm gonna have to go look for those. Give me a sec. Believe it or not, I don't have the instruction manual for this one. I also can't make this whip. until I find the instruction manual, and there's a very high possibility the instruction manual is at my parents' house. It's gonna be a lot harder than I thought it was. Yeah, I don't know how I don't have the instruction manual. I thought McCall's were still on sale for $5.99, so I could just, you know, buy the PDF version of this. Nope, it's $16.77, and I'm not paying that for an instruction manual. So, let's go pick out another whip. Okay, I found a whip I don't need an instruction manual for, even though I conveniently have it, of course. So, I have this 1950s inspired white top. It's, as you can see, it's assembled. The issue is it was too big. Once I made it, there's pretty severe gapping and just a couple of like last minute things like I need to sew this to the rest of the zipper. I'm gonna need to add a hook and eye on the top, you know, and on the bottom. I've already fixed some of the gappiness by taking out the panel, cutting it, sewing it back together, things like that. But there is still a lot of gaps in the chest area, so I'm gonna have to put this on, figure out where to add some darts, look up adding darts just to make sure that I add them in the right spots. Oh yeah, and then this also needs a hook and eye. So just probably some hand sewing and maybe a dart or two to finish this. So I'm gonna look up where to add some darts. I'm also gonna try this on to figure out where I need to add said darts, and then we will go from there. One of the things that I've learned like the most is sometimes you have to be okay with scrapping projects or accepting that it just won't work out and you'll have to remake it. Upon further inspection of this top, the panels, the fabric chosen were all selected really well. I did the lining perfectly, but if you look a little closer at it, I'll show you. This shouldn't be like this, so I would need to add a hook and eye, which is fine. You can see how this is a disaster. So I would have to clip all this again, which would be fine. But we have this hole here, which I can't repair in any way without covering the zipper. And this needs to be reattached. And also the biggest problem is if you look up here, these fabric lengths don't line up. This one's taller or this one's longer. Same with this one. And I tried to burn it, so that just gives it a grungy, not finished look. And it just doesn't fit the best. It doesn't fit like it should, which is fine. Like, I love how I did this detailed stitching here. I love that. I love how it flares a little bit at the bottom. That's adorable. Again, these lines and these gathers is great. Hi, this is Editing Rowan. I just wanted to explain what a dart is for those who aren't familiar with sewing terms. A dart, or those lines, here, I'll show you. The lines that you see, those are called darts. This is what it looks like on a sewing pattern. A dart is basically where you bunch up the fabric together in a triangle way, and then you sew it. So it gathers the fabric and it creates that very defined line to help with shaping it to the body and to help with just getting rid of excess fabric. Later in the video, you'll see that I have triangle darts and then a center dart. The center dart is to, I'll explain it, but the center dart is to help gather some of the fabric in the front, and the triangle darts and the darts here on the shoulders are again to just gather fabric, to kind of tighten it up. You might add darts when you're tailoring an outfit so it just fits just a little bit better. That's the best way I have to explain it. I'll put a link down below for what like darts are and why you use them. But I just wanted to further explain what a dart was because I kind of just glaze over it. I never meant to post this video, so it's definitely tailored more towards just my friends who like know these terms. So if there's anything else that doesn't make sense, please leave it in the comment down below and I will reply to you. But like this, that looks funny.
like how it is on one side and not on the other. And it's okay. It's okay that it's not perfect, and it's okay that I won't be able to wear it out. It's a good prototype. I just wish I hadn't spent so much time on it. The one thing is I still haven't figured out how to fix that gather. So even though if a project doesn't work, I just like to say fuck it and scrap it and start over with a new one, I do need to figure out how to fix the gapping in the chest and this gapping here in the back. I need to figure that out because I love this design. So I need to figure out how to make it work in case I want to make another one. So I'm still gonna work on it, but I'm gonna have to end up remaking this thing completely. So that way the next time I make it, I know how to avoid these mistakes. So we're gonna figure out how to fix these gaps. But I don't think I'm gonna worry about the hook and eye and stuff because I won't be able to wear this out in public. So let's fix the gapping real quick. Okay, this was a trial and error piece, so I just said, fuck it, we'll put darts anywhere. So first I tried these arrow darts here. Didn't do anything. Then I tried this center dart here. I do like the look. I might add that to the next one. But after looking at it for like 10 minutes, I realized that the reason why it gapped so badly is because this is a halter back instead of doing straps. So if I did straps, there'd be no gapping, but because it's a halter back, it creates gapping. So there's still, you know, a little bit of gapping, so I'll figure out how to fix that. But the bulk of the gapping has been reduced because I put darts in these shoulder pieces. So when I remake this piece, I don't know when that's gonna be, I will know to add little darts here in the straps. I still haven't fixed the gapping in the back. It's probably gonna be a dart or two, so I'm not that worried about it, but this looks ugly as fuck. But I figured out that it's gonna be darts here and maybe 2 center dart, not an arrow dart, but maybe a center dart here and a center dart here to fix the gapping. So yay, I figured it out. So this was a whip that technically I won't ever finish because it was a learning experience, but technically I fixed my problem, which was why it was a whip. So this whip is now a finished project. Yay! I finished my first whip. High five. So yeah, there's my whip for Monday. I'm kind of tempted to remake this. We'll see. I'm gonna need some fruit, edit what I have so far, so I shall be back. Hello, and welcome to the actual Project Monday. As we left off, I said I was going to eat some strawberries and edit. The day kind of got away from me, but we are back with my basket of whips, and I'm going to be honest, I started a new project. This is actually the pattern pieces for that 1950s inspired top. I did actually end up remaking it. So update on trying to find the instructions and the actual pieces for like my play suit. Can't find them. I looked, could not find them. I'm gonna have to look deeper through the stuff I already have here. But my plan for today, for me being emotionally shot, it was a long day yesterday, and then I hung out with a new friend today. So I want to work on my shirt, and I want to work on my tent dress. I need to finish sewing the lining in for 2 pieces on my tent dress, and then I think I can start assembling it. So I have some darts to sew in. This is not like, you know, it is technically a whip, but it's not something pressing. So I'm going to sew the darts into this, see how long this might take me to actually finish, and then I will start the tent dress. So that is the plan for this Project Monday. I'm very proud of myself considering I finished one of my whips yesterday, so I rewarded myself with this. And if I work on my tent dress today, that is 2 whips in 1 week so far. So I'm very proud of myself. It is like 2:30 in the afternoon because I lost the bulk of my morning to hanging out with my new friend. So we are going to start a little bit later today, but that's okay. I have a couple hours before I need to make dinner. So let's enjoy this. my crazy idea. The concert top I made, which I am no longer going to the concert, had a lace-up front. I really liked that, and I thought it was sick. And making the lace-up front was actually pretty fucking easy. You might know where I'm going with this. What if I made this top a lace-up top? I could Google it. I could Google how to do it. But wouldn't that be sick? Taking a 1950s inspired halter top and then just making it a lace-up? I feel like that would be really fucking cool. Am I alone in thinking that? Obviously, I have the eyelets to do it. Oh, almost clipped the seam there. I have the eyelets to do it. Like, I know how to. I have string. Or I could do another lace up front. Or should I make at least one shirt without any, like, alterations? I also want to start working with making my own corsets because I tried on, I'll show a picture. I tried on a corset at Restyle and I fell in love with it, and I want to make Vena, my vampire. Hi, Editing Rowan again. So I also don't explain who Vena the vampire is. She is a Halloween OC that I created. Here's a picture of her. If you follow me on TikTok, you know that I make a bunch, or I've made a bunch of different Halloween OCs that I dress up as and give storylines and personas and stuff like that to. So that's who I'm talking about there. Sorry for any confusion. I really want her to wear a corset. I feel like that would be so sexy and cute. So I want to do that really bad. But I don't know how to do it, and I've never worked with boning before. So this pattern actually has some tops that require featherlight boning, so I think maybe I should do that, because then I have to figure out boning channels and like all of that shit. But what if I was able to make just a cute little lace-up top? That means I would have to cut open the back, but I would sew both sides together. I feel like that could be really cute. I don't know. I'm gonna do a hem, and while I do a hem, I'm gonna look it up, and then I'll come back to you. Sewed it together. Look at this cool stitch I found. It's pretty simple, but I love the design. I love the yellow on top. So I watched exactly one video on how to turn a top into a corset top. That's what we're gonna do. I obviously can't get this over my body or my mannequin, so we're just gonna go for it and hope it all turns out. So let's get my tools. The video I watched, it was with just a t-shirt, so she didn't make any cuts in the back. So that's where I feel I'm gonna have difficulty, because I cannot get this over my head or over my shoulders. Should I take out like a 5/8 seam? Or like a 5/8 of a cut? Hold on. Let me get my utensils. Okay, I guess we're gonna work with 5/8 first, and then I can make it bigger because I can't make it smaller. Maybe I should sew these ends together so I can at least get it on myself. I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, it's kind of hard considering I did it on my own body, but I think I figured out where the hole should be. God, I hope this works. I should probably do fusible interfacing. Second to last time you'll see me, I promise. Fusible interfacing is a thin material used to either sew or iron onto fabric to help strengthen it if you're going to be doing specific things to it. Sometimes you'll put it on a collar, sometimes you'll put it on the back of a shirt in this case to help strengthen the material. So that way if you're punching holes through it like I am, it stays together and doesn't rip and fray as if it were to when you didn't do fusible interfacing. So it's just made to enhance the structural ability of fabric. Okay, it's about 1 inch. Damn, I thought so. I thought it'd be about 1 inch. Want to do fusible interfacing? Not really. Should I do fusible interfacing? Probably. Ugh, now I have to do fusible interfacing. I'll be right back. I ironed on the interfacing, and I also cleaned up the edges, so now it's a nice clean hemmed edge. I figured I would just do it all in one, and I fixed the hole in the dart. So now I'm all ready to go, I guess. Woohoo, am I scared? Okay, let me get my hardware. Oh, I'm scared.
lace this up and I will be right back. Here it is. As you can see, I am cinched and here's the back. This is clearly my first time ever doing this. This needs to be like up here, not falling down. It's not super structured and I want it to be tighter, so maybe I should have done like 1.5 to 2 inches out. Considering this is my first ever corset top and I made it on the fly, I'm pretty fucking proud of myself. So that is one of my, oh my god, it's 4:47. I've been doing this for almost 3 hours. So this is one of my whips. I'm very proud of it. I'll probably wear it out in public after a couple alterations and tweaks. But yeah, I am going to, like I said last time, eat some strawberries and edit this video and probably do some tweaks on this. And then the next time I'm on screen, I will have tweaked this. But yeah, I made my first corset top. Ah!
Editing ruin here. I realized I didn't film an outro for this video. So I did not end up tweaking the corset top. I just chilled in it, cooked dinner in it, took it off, called it a day. And I did not end up getting to my tent dress today. So that is a later project. Thank you so much for watching today's video and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.